I first heard about Cascade Regenerative Medicine when my chiropractic/PT office, in discussion with them, I wasn't making any progress in my recovery after an accident, and they suggested that I look into the PRP therapy. And when I said, well, where would you go? They said, there's only one place we send people to, and that's Dr. Oltman. I first came to Dr. Oltman's office after a snowboard injury where I ended up with a bulged disc and just really strained muscles and ligaments in my right hip. I was in law enforcement for 22 and a half years. I worked the streets, I rode motorcycles, I worked in investigations. I had a full course of career. I also taught defensive tactics, and all these things were hard on my body. So I tried to keep myself in shape. And on top of that, I'm a real outdoorsy person. I like snowboarding, fishing, boating, golfing, hiking, walking with my dogs, all the things that I think are just like normal activities. But this injury just stopped me from doing all but the most basic stuff. Right after the treatment, I was sore. I was really sore the day after. But day 3, I started noticing a real improvement. Day 5, my wife told me, hey, you're not walking or you're not limping anymore. And by day 7, I was wondering if I'd actually had an injury before, other than I had this stack of medication on my counter that my doctor had given me that I wasn't taking. So I was injured in January. I saw Dr. Oltman in February. I had my last treatment near the end of March, and I've had nothing but continual improvement in my function, my ability to do all the things I think are important in my life, from the golf and the hiking and all that stuff, down to being able to squat down on the ground with my granddaughter. All that, it's just, I've had no issues since. Dr. Oltman was personal, professional, to the point, no medical talk beyond what was necessary for me to understand what he was recommending. You know, one of the things that I liked when I was looking up Dr. Oltman was all of the information that I really needed immediately was right there on the webpage. And when I came into his office, it was just a refinement of all that same information. There were no surprises. He was easy to talk to. He had zero arrogance. He was just communicative and friendly. It was just the exam was easy. Everything about it was easy. He was an easy doctor to get along with. The office was easy to find. I knew the area, but it was an easy office to find. The space was pleasant, neutral as I came in. The staff was warm and friendly. It was just not my typical medical doctor's office. This felt very professional and personal at the same time. Yeah, so the difference at Cascade Regenerative Medicine was I felt like we were looking for a direct answer, not some kind of Band-Aid to put on top of my injury and say, oh, hopefully over time it gets better. That when I got here, I felt like I was being treated for what I was asking about. I was being treated for something that could actually help fix the problem as opposed to cover it up and hope that something would get better. And my experience in the long run, months later, is that the approach worked. It really worked. Yeah, a big difference with seeing Dr. Oltman was I knew what I was going to be paying for the treatments before I even got to his office. I found it on his website. There was no mystery. There was no, oh, if you bundle this together with that, you're going to end up with this price. And if your insurance pays this much, I knew it was going to be mostly out of pocket with my insurance, but I knew up front what I was going to pay. And that really was important to me. I didn't have the ability to just have like a mystery bill in the future. After my experience with the PRP injections and my really quick recovery, I would tell people, if you have an injury, muscular, skeletal, that you doesn't really need surgery right now, I would say give PRP a try. It can really make a difference.